Hello folks, it's Dylan from Alter Universes, and we are here with another round of Modern. We have Brady Monroe playing Dimir Food versus Craig Rubleiler playing Golgari Yawgmoth combo. Alright folks, Brady's going to lead on Urza Saga into Underworld Cookbook. Craig has got a Blooming Marsh into an Ignoble Hierarch. Now if you don't know how the Dimir Food deck works, obviously it has the same stuff in it that like every food deck has. There's a Chase Daredevils, Asmarina Martin has to Caldakar, the Underworld Cookbook, the whole kit and caboodle. Now, what the Dimir version does that's a little bit different is it takes infinite extra turns using Time Sieve, which is a artifact, costs black and blue, and has a nifty little ability where if you tap it, sacrifice 5 other artifacts, or 5 artifacts, it might be able to get itself, but 5 artifacts, you take an extra turn after this one. So the combo is with Academy Manufacturer and the Underworld Cookbook and Time Sieve. What Academy Manufacturer says is if you were to produce a clue, treasure, or food token, you make one of each instead. So you activate your cookbook to make a food, you make all 3 of those tokens, and then if you have a second cookbook, do the same thing. Or if you have a second manufacturer, you just make a bunch of tokens and you just start taking infinite turns every single time. It's pretty nifty. You get to do a lot of cool stuff, and it's I was going to say aggressive, but no, yeah, taking extra turns is aggressive. And then if you don't know the Yawgmoth deck, how dare you? This deck is amazing. But if you've been living under a rock, so its main combo piece is, and what it's named after, Yawgmoth Grand Physician, or as Craig refers to him as, the Yawgfather. It is 2 generic and a black, or 2 generic, 2 black. 1/4? How big is he? And I don't remember his stat line. He can sacrifice another creature to put a -1/-1 counter on target creature and draw a card. So you combo that with the Undying creatures like Darkest Engine Draft Common, Young Wolf, and Strungergeist to just draw a crap ton of cards because they keep coming back, and you swap the -1/-1 counters between things. And then you use either Zulapar Cutthroat or Blood Artist. Yeah, Blood Artist. To combo with those 2 cards to kill your opponent. Here comes Academy Manufacturer. We're activating the cookbook. We're getting some tokens going. Using the treasure to play an Emery, Lurker the Lock. Go to -4. Go to mill 4. Craig has a pretty good board, honestly. He's got Grist, a Caterpie, or an insect token. He's going to have a I was going to say he's going to have another one, but he's not. He's sacrificing the insect token to kill the Embry. He can play Yawgmoth this turn if he wants to. I feel like he probably does. I'm curious. I feel like I want to say Yawgmoth is a 1/4. You also can activate 2 black, discard a card, and proliferate, which is pretty sweet. Yawgmoth. Grand Physician. 2/4. I think Urza is the 1/4. Alright, so Yawgmoth has come down. We see Strungergeist, Court of Calling, and Giraffe's Messenger in hand, as well as an Endurance. So Craig honestly is in a really good spot here. As long as Brady isn't able to combo off and take extra or infinite turns at this point, he should honestly be able to win. Potentially as soon as he untaps. I think he definitively needs to draw Young Wolf to straight up win, but I could be wrong. To kill with Giraffe's Messenger and another Undying creature, you have to have a higher life total than your opponent, which Craig currently does not, but that doesn't mean he can't just like punch into Brady, right? So here comes the Ledger Shredder. Brady debating if he wants to play a second card this turn. Activates the Aether Spellbomb to bounce the Yawgmoth. Attacks in for 1 on the Grist. Imagine Craig's just going to run out the Yawgmoth again. Yep, Craig making an insect, playing out Yawgmoth again. Missing that land drop, but it's not really going to matter too much. Brady does have a Nile Spellbomb, so he can protect himself from the Undying creatures. Here comes a Time Thief. Is going to discard to the cookbook. Going to make exactly enough artifacts to put him to the spot where he can activate Time Thief. There are 3 Emerys in his graveyard. It just goes Emery, Emery, Emery. Alright, untaps for the extra turn. Apologies. Alright, pops a Nile Spellbomb here. Exiles Craig's graveyard to draw a card. Picks up a cookbook and adds more. Right, Craig is going to, in response to the attack, sack the insect, put a -1/-1 counter onto the bird. Right, activates the cookbook, discarding the another cookbook, makes 3 tokens. Pops the treasure for black, plays as random Martin Tasky and a Cold card from the deck, goes and fetches another copy of the Underworld Cookbook. Taps blue, plays the cookbook. Gets a Ledger Shredder trigger in response to the cookbook. If he draws Oval Chase Daredevil, this will be a wild, I would say turn, but a wild draw. Alright, passes the turn. I think he just drew a land and discarded a land. Alright, Craig picked up a Blooming Marsh Return, not the land he wants to see. I think he just needs an untapped land. He's there. He can... Yeah, he can start by just drawing cards, honestly. Picks one of their Ignoble Hierarch. Because he can always go tap the Swamp of the Blooming Marsh and then Ignoble Hierarch, play Dross Messenger. Right, floats a black, draws a card. Picks up Misty Rainforest. Going to fetch. Grabs another forest. Uses the floating black to play, draws Messenger out. But it's going to take 2 damage, go to 16. Craig's going to activate Yawgmoth, going to 14, going to revive the Messenger with the Undying effect, doing 2 more damage to Brady. Attacks in for 1. Then plays Root Geist, and that's going to be able to be lethal. Alright, folks. Craig's going to take game 1, and we'll be right back with game 2. And we are back with game 2. We got Brady on the play here. I think we're just resolving some log. Alright, we are starting with a Darkslick Shores into an Underworld Cookbook. Craig has a Crime and Punishment in his hand. It's pretty good. There's a Yabi Maya. There's an Ignoble Hierarch. Brady's going to fetch with a Polluted Delta here. Nope, not fetching with a Polluted Delta. He's discarding a Polluted Delta to the Underworld Cookbook. Alright. We know play patterns. Alright. There's a Saga Pass. Craig is going to use punishment for 1. Brady's just going to pop the food, gain 3 life, and then lose his cookbook and Saga. Plays another cookbook, plays a tapped Watery Grave. Craig with Wooded Foothills, into a Yawgmoth, into a Root Geist. Attacked in for 2 with the Geist because it has haste. Now Brady's fetching with a Polluted Delta. Plays out Academy Manufacturer. Discards a Delta. Boom, gets 3. Root Geist number 2. And a Bird's Paradise. Attacks in for 4. Why did everybody's not attacking the Yawgmoth? Alright. Manufacturer's going to block the Geist. It's going to get an Undying trigger. Right, 2 mana sack a Clue. Going to shock down to 16. Plays out a Time Sieve. Passes a turn. Oh, and activates Cookbook. Alright. Alright. Once again, cracking a clue here, drawing a card. Cracks a treasure, plays as Miranda Marty, and tasking to call a card. So Brady has infinite turns presented. Or what looks damn near close to infinite turns. Right, gonna pat 4 and then 1. Go to the extra turn, untap draw. Looks like Brady drew an Emery. So if it is Emery, you can cast Emery Mill 4. Hope to hit Oval Chase Daredevil. Sack the clue to draw a card. Activate a cookbook. Alright, sacks the clue. Finds Oval Chase Daredevil. Craig's going to activate Endurance in response to one of the cookbook triggers. Brady's just going to activate the other cookbook. Alright, and at this point, Brady definitively does have infinite turns. Alright, plays Urza Saga Slam for turn. Craig's going to scoop it up, and Brady will be taking game 2, so we'll be off to game 3 in just a second, folks. And we're back with game 3, folks. We got Craig on the play, playing an Ignoble Hierarch. This is 3 games straight. That is the type of consistency I need in my life. Brady goes Urza Saga into Cookbook. Also the consistency I need in my life. We've had the same turn 1 3 games in a row. For the most part. I think this is like identical to game 1. Craig might have had a different land, but yeah. let's see how it goes though with Craig on the fly. Alright. Here's a Wall of Roots. There's 2 Yawgmoths. God, I love Yawgmoth. This deck is so good. I was such a big fan of this deck. Alright, Dark Slick Shores. Slick Shores indeed. You know, a lot cheaper of a land than I thought it would be. Alright. Blue-black. Blue-black. Yeah. I don't know why I said that. Emery came down, milled 4. I'm exhausted. Alright, here's a Court of Calling for what should be X equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Because green from Wall, green from Forest. Yeah. X equals 7. Or X equals 4, not X equals 7. Jesus. It's Chord for Cultivator Colossus. So this gets him Yawgmoth. And he has the loving, I love it. The ability just to refill his hand here. Like, yeah, he doesn't combo kill Brady this turn, but he can just draw 6 cards without issue. Boom, draw. Boom, do it again, draw a card. Do it again. I love it. Do it again. He could use he could besiege you with a Saga this turn too, because he has a legendary creature, so it's reduced. Dude, I adore this deck. Tap a green, besieges the Urza Saga. Brady's gonna be able to go to basic type. Probably just getting a tapped Watery Grave, I imagine. Okay, gets an untapped Swamp. And then if Craig wants to, he can just activate Yawgmoth one more time. Go back to 7 cards. Brady's going to make a food token here. Discarding a Ledger Shredder. Craig is going to evoke out an Endurance, which he can sack to Yawgmoth to kill the Ember, which he's doing. Alright, and Brady's going to scoop it up. Craig will take it 2-1 with Yawgmoth versus Dimir Food. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day.